I am Jimmy, the Rusty Pilot. Welcome to my channel. Today's lesson is going to be the first in a series of VFR Chart Basics. Let's get started. Today I'll be discussing three things. First is how to find the airport name and locator ID. Secondly, we're going to determine by looking at the sectional if there's a control tower or not. And lastly, is the runway hard surface or is it other than hard surface, such as turf or grass? I'm going to go ahead and go to one of my favorite websites. This is SkyVectorcom, and I'm going to go ahead and type in KMIA, South Florida area. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and start zooming in. Okay, this is the Miami sectional. I'm going to go ahead and remember the difference between a sectional and the terminal area chart. If the terminal area chart is has more detail, because the sectional chart has a scale of 1 to 500,000 and a sectional of 1 to 250,000. I'm just zooming in here so we can see a little bit clearer. Okay, and as you can see, here is, let me go ahead and start scrolling, Miami International right here. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay, here's the name. You can see my pointer, Miami International, that's the name, and the locator identifier is MIA. Very simple. Okay, scroll down, let's find another airport. This is Miami Executive Airport. Okay, sometimes you gotta look around. It's near the airport, but since it's a busy airspace, you get to find the name. There's Miami Exec, and it is the locator identifier is TMB. If we go out here, out near the Everglades or into the Everglades, we have Dade Collier, which has an identifier as TNT. Now, if I keep scrolling, and I will go ahead and see if I can find one of these smaller airports. For example, here are a few. And for example, Big Cypress has a name. Southern, this one has a name. McDaniel has a name. These small fields, okay, not only are they private, but they don't have identifiers. Okay, some do and some don't. All right, and if we go back here, so that's very simple. How to find the airport name and identifier. Second thing we're going to go over right now is determine if an airport has a tower or not. And that is very simple. So let's go here and look at a couple of, okay, let's go back to Miami International. Okay, Miami International. Just by looking at the color, okay, if the color is blue, we look at this airport, it is blue, it has a control tower. If the airport or field has a color of magenta, and you'll notice everything here is magenta, it does not have a control tower. So this large airport here, so it has a large runway, okay, does not have a control tower. Like I said, Miami International does have a control tower. Here, Miami Executive has a control tower. It is blue. We got another one down here. This Miami Homestead General does not have a control tower. Okay, and it doesn't matter. The smaller one here does not. It is in magenta. Right here we got Homestead Air Reserve Base. Okay, it's in blue, so it has a control tower. Now, well, just because it has a control tower does not mean that it's always in operation. Well, Miami International down here has a control tower, but if we see it says CT, okay, since it has a frequency, this is primary frequency for the tower. Here's another one. Okay, it is a full-time control tower. Okay, it's all operating. The control tower is operating 24 hours a day. Okay, but if we move over here to Miami Executive, which has a control tower, you will notice, and maybe I can zoom it in a little more. Okay, you will notice that where it says CT for control tower and its primary frequency, you'll see a star. Star means, okay, a star means that it is not operating full time, and you would have to look at the legend or the informational section of the chart to see at what time it is operating. So if you see the little star right next to the frequency, that tells you that it's not operating full time, okay, for the 24 hours. And I can actually, let's go ahead and go over to that part of the map. Let's see, I have to really zoom out here, and I'm moving the map over. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in to this informational section over here. Just bear with me a second. And if I think I see it already. And see, it says Miami Executive. It is right here. Right here, Miami Executive. Okay, it's open 0700 to 2300. Okay, this is local time. Okay, and it has its frequencies. Okay, but it is part-time because it has that little star. So remember, if the tower, if it's an airport is blue, it has a tower. If it has a star, it's open part-time. And let's see if we can get back to where we were at. All right, next. Third thing we're going to talk about today was to determine if a runway is paved or not. Well, look at these pictures. If you have a diagram that actually shows a runway, for example, here Homestead General, you see there's one that's one little runway that's vertical and one that's horizontal. Okay, that means it's a paved runway. Okay, also, okay, here's another one down here, Ocean Reef Club, which is a private one. It has one runway. Okay, this is a tangle. Okay, and it is paved. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's magenta or blue. Okay, now if we go to Miami Executive, it is also paved. Okay, now there are these smaller ones here. Say, for example, it says Lindbergh Landing, and the other one is Richards Field. Okay, these are not paved. Well, if you have a circle with an R in it, first of all, it means that it's private. Second, if it has a circle and it does not depict a runway, there's no drawing of a runway, that means that it is not, the surface is not paved, it's not a hard surface, or it could have a paved runway, but it's less than 1,500 feet in length. Okay, but I've yet to see a paved runway that's less than 1,500 feet in length. So most of these, so if they do not have the drawing depicted, it's going to be 99% chance it's going to be a turf or grass field. Okay, and I will go ahead and show you. And now these two are private ones, but I'm going to go ahead and type in, so I can take a little shortcut here. Maybe I'll just type in, I believe, let me see what we got over here. I think near Palm Beach. We have a couple more. Well, we have Indiantown. If you see Indiantown Airport right here, Indiantown is located in identifier X58. It is a public runway. It does not have DR. It's a public airport, except it is not. Does not have any paved runways. It's a grass field. We have that one, and I can also show you now. A private airport does not mean that it has to have only a grass field. And I believe maybe I can find one over here somewhere. And I think I saw one earlier today. Actually, I can go back to Palm Beach area. There's Indiantown. Oh, here's right here. Gwynn Airport right here. This airport is owned by Sikorsky. Okay, this airport here, okay, it is Gwynn. It is private. It's a private airport, but it has a paved runway, and you can tell that it has one because of the drawing on the little circle here. All right, so that's all I got for today. My next lesson will be on the airport elevation and runway length. And I want to thank you. Just leave a comment below if see how you like this lesson, and also if you want to add something that another topic that I can talk about. Thank you and have a good one.